everybody. It's Rebecca Mendoza, and today I'm shining my spotlight on Nedra Barlow, who is the owner of NOLA Transport with her husband. And I'm really excited to talk with you today. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Rebecca.
You're welcome. Yeah, and Nidra is a founding member of the Serving Our Seniors Network, and she is right in the thick of it with people. So, real quick, what is NOLA Medical Transport if for people who don't know what that non-emergency transportation might look like? Who are you and what do you do?
Okay, good question. So my name is Nedra Barlow. Myself and my husband, Stephen Barlow, we own NOLA Med Transport, which is a non-emergency medical transportation company. We started 2 years ago based on experience with my own mom who suffered from a brain aneurysm.
Mm.
So we are both healthcare professionals. I retired from UCLA Medical Center after 27 years last year. But basically, we are a medical transportation, non-emergency. We take clients to and from medical appointments, dialysis, hospital discharge, hospital admission, grocery shopping, and outings.
And what kind of people are you? I know that you serve seniors, but they're not the only ones that you work
No,
with. Who normally utilizes your services?
so we do senior citizens. We also do any age group. Say, for instance, if you had to do a colonoscopy and your husband couldn't pick you up from your procedure, that's when we come in because they won't let you go home with Uber or Lyft. So non-emergency, we're certified, CPR certified. We have a lot of credentialing that we have to get to make sure that we can get our clients home safe, to and from their medical appointments. We also work with disabled students as well, because there are some that cannot ride on the bus
Mm.
for a long period of time. So that's when we come in to help transport them from their home to school.
So you like if people are wheelchairs or if they can't sit in a normal kind of vehicle, like what kind of transportation do you provide? Like what?
So we all kinds, ambulatory, wheelchair. Most of our clients are wheelchair clients. We also do gurney transport as well. So it really just, once they call and we kind of see what their needs are, and then we can help facilitate that with whichever vehicle.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people that I work with who are helping their parents out, they move them in or they actually their parents are someplace else and it's hard
Mhm.
to run people around. So it's as I understand, it's not just for going from hospital to hospital. There are different errands or different things that you help people with also, right?
Yes, I have clients that, my husband and I, if they, need to go to get their hair done, or we have clients that, they schedule their medical appointments and then after that they want to go to the bank or to the grocery store. We help them with that as well.
Yeah, that's really what I want. I want people to know that you exist because it's opened up a world of support for me,
Yes.
getting to know you and what you do. Sometimes I tend to think it's just for those like medical situations or whatever, but really the people that I find myself caring for, like the adult children,
Yes.
sometimes they need relief, they need leverage, they need help, and that's where you come in, and you're just such a wonderful service to
Well,
take that
thank you. I
load off their
appreciate that.
shoulders.
Yes. I'll just tell you from experience with my husband and I, when my mom became sick, we still had to go to work. So
Yeah.
to have somebody do door-to-door service with her, meaning pick her up from our home, take her to her medical appointment, check her into her medical appointment, wait for her, and then bring her back home safely. That's what we do with our clients. And that's what we needed at the time when my mom had her brain aneurysm because of her short-term memory. I couldn't trust her just with going with an Uber or Lyft.
Right. And speaking of trust, like I think that that's a big thing for people is they're worried that someone is going to be taking great care. So your drivers, are they trained? Are they?
Yes, yes. Everybody's trained on patient assistance, safety, CPR certified. Everybody gets, DOT drug testing, fingerprints. So yes.
Got it. And then as far as like cost and stuff, do you accept like Medi-Cal or
Good question. So we are private pay, which means you can pay either credit card, Zelle, checking account. I feel like we have our rates reasonable. We do not accept insurance at this time. We are trying to get credential with certain insurance groups, but for now, you would have to book 24 to 48 hours in advance
got
for an
it?
appointment. And we're
So
here local in Santa Clarita, but we go to surrounding cities as well.
That's the next thing I was going to ask you
Yeah.
because, we both live and work in Santa Clarita and
hmm
in a lot of our stuff here. For me personally, I, help people buy and sell homes and I do that all over, I mean, really all over Southern California. I can do it all in California. But where do you cover? I know you go outside of the area. What kind of different areas do you cover and how far can you go?
Okay, that's a good question. So we are based in Santa Clarita, but say for instance, if a client lives here in Santa Clarita, but they need to go to UCLA Medical Center in Westwood, we can take them to and from. We do long distance. We even pick up clients. I can tell you, my husband and I, we picked up a client in South Beach, Oregon. I have never been there before until we went, but we actually went because a family was here in town and they wanted their loved one back. So we went up there to pick her up and brought her back safely. So we do long distance as well.
Oh man, that is great to know. I am so happy that we're having this conversation because I have a client that we'll talk about as soon as we're done filming that I think
Okay.
that he just had surgery. I'm getting ready to list their house and I think that he's would have had to wait in town. His surgeon said you can't go
Yes.
anywhere for 6 months.
Yes, and
You
that's what
can't.
we do. We yes, we take clients to, where they want to be at. We brought a loved one from here at an assisted living and he wanted to move to Tucson with his daughter. We took him.
Amazing. Okay, I am
Yeah.
so glad that we had this conversation. So if anybody wants to know a little bit more about your services or how to reach you, what's the best way to do that?
So they can call us at 661-600-5525. They can also go on our website, nolamedtransport.com, and reach out to us that way as well.
And I know, which I love, that you're very active on social media and show a
Yes.
lot of what you do. Where can people find you there?
So we're NOLA Transport underscore SEV.
And that information is going to be right there on the screen. So, all right,
Yeah.
Nidra, thank you so much for doing this with me
Yes.
today. I really appreciate it. And I know that we're going to be doing a lot more informational things in the future.
Well, thank you for having us, Rebecca. Thank you so much.
All right, see you soon.